Hi everybody, it's Lisa. I am just, the Zoom meeting and everything that we did before was a little chaotic, so I'm just making some real quick tutorial videos for you that you can access that are a little easier to follow to help you guys navigate around in Blackboard. I'm going to do this in a series of a couple of short videos so that you can select which tool it is that you want to use, and you don't have to watch the whole thing. So the first video here is how to access Blackboard and set up a Blackboard session. So I'm going to go into my classroom here. I'm going to go into my micro lecture. Now I can prepare Blackboard two different ways for my students. The first way is to just simply tell my students to access the communication button, click on Blackboard Collaborate, and this will take them to that Blackboard window. For my courses, I like to add, because I do some online office hours and I do a couple of different lectures, I actually have a Blackboard Collaborate module in my actual course already. So I have this particular module, and this link will take them directly to Blackboard. For you guys, it's probably easier to just do the communication tool, and I have a video for students that you can upload that shows the students how to access Blackboard for their faculty members. Okay, once we are in the session, you will want to create a time for your lecture. So I normally teach microbiology on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 12:15. So I'm going to go in here and create a session. I'm going to put micro lecture, Wednesday, 3/18, and we are going to, what are we lecturing on tomorrow? Tomorrow we would be lecturing on adaptive immunology. I'm going to leave my students listed as participants for now. I don't need to change anything here. As I scroll down here, I want to schedule this session so my students will know which one it is. So I'm going to schedule this, click on the calendar. It's for tomorrow, the 18th. This will automatically change the end date to the 18th as well. And I'd like you to be able to see over here that you have, it's going to be changing everything here for your listed session. My class is going to be, lecture is going to be from 11 to 12:15, so I need to change the time. I scroll into this window and I type in 11 o'clock. This is in the morning, thank goodness. And I'm going to change this time to 12. Now my class ends at 12:15, but just like you would probably hang out for a couple of minutes after class to answer student questions, this happens in Blackboard as well. So I usually give myself an extra 15 minutes. So I don't end it until 12:30 instead of 12:15. If you end it at 12:15, it's going to cut you off. So you want to make sure that that you give yourself a few extra minutes. Right now, remember, the repeat session is not working. This tool is not working well, so I would just not use it at this point. If you don't want to end your session, you can leave it as no end and it's open. You can do that with like office hours and just say, hey, meet me in there at 4 o'clock, and you can just create that, use your open-ended session for that. Don't do that for a lecture because you're going to want to record your lecture, and if it's open-ended, you don't want to record 24 hours. So you would have to turn that off. Here in the session settings, you can change the role. I would just leave it for default. You can control all of this within D2L for individual participants, so that works fine. Once you are done scheduling and creating, you want to copy your link. So here under guest access, you have how the role, the guest is going to be, the person signing in is going to be added. Here as a participant, they can write and respond to you verbally and such, but they can't share anything. If you select presenter, then they'll be able to share things, but and that would be without the instructor's permission. As a participant, they can still share things, but they need your permission. A moderator can control everything. That's what you are. Do not make your students moderators. You should be the only moderator in the course. In order to provide easy access to the class, you want to copy this link to the class, and then you can paste that link into an email, an announcement. You can paste it into, someone was asking about pasting it into a module. You can do that as well, and I'll show you how to do that. Click Save, and now your session is saved. If you want to use that link, then we can go to our course home. I want to say put it in an announcement, so I will go to my announcements tool and I'll create new announcement and say Wednesday 3:18 lecture, link to today's live lecture. Put whatever you want in your announcement, or to tomorrow's, that would be tomorrow's, sorry. Click enter and then paste your link in there. Then when you publish your announcement, go to your course home, and there's the link. Students can click on that link and it takes them to, once it starts, this session doesn't start until tomorrow, so they'll get this link right here. Since this is a live course for me, I am going to, I have knocked myself out of D2L. Since that's a live course for me, I need to delete that announcement. So I'm going to come in here and delete that. So that's how you can just copy and paste. You can do that with an email or with anything else as well. If you want to put this in your content folder, so here I will go to my content. I'm going to go to my Unit 4 here. Maybe I'll create a submodule that says Blackboard Lectures. You're not necessarily really going to probably won't want to do this for lectures they're going to attend, but you could, this is a great way to do it for the lectures that you are recording. So you can upload and create a link. And you can say, I can type, I promise. Wednesday lecture on adaptive immunology. Put in the link here. Open as an external resource and create. And here you go. So when the students go into here, when they go into that Blackboard tab, they have a link right here. And it will take them to that particular room. You can do this same thing with a recorded link lecture. So I'm going to close Blackboard Collaborate. I am going to, again, since this is a live course for me, I'm going to delete this module right now. Oh wait, I want to show you recorded. So I will delete this link and I will go to Blackboard. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard, and perhaps in the content I want to add a link now to the lecture afterwards once it's been recorded. I can go over here to my menu, I click on recordings, and I find whatever recording it is. Like I do unit reviews, so I come over to this menu, the recording options, click on that menu, copy the link, and then I do the same thing. I go to my content. Here I'm in that Blackboard Lectures. I'm just going to create a link and say recorded lecture. Add the URL. Open as an external and create. With the recorded links, you could open that as an internal if you want to as well. So let's change that to an internal. So now they don't even have to leave D2L. They are within D2L, and the recorded lecture will now be available. So this was a review. You probably can't hear this, but this was a review session that I did with some students. So they now have a link to that recorded review, and the students can go and look at that. This same concept, of course, will apply for your lectures. So I hope that was a helpful way to show you how you can incorporate your recorded lectures into modules. You can also do this with the lectures that that have yet to be presented, those that you have scheduled, and of course how to schedule a lecture. If you have any questions about any of it, don't forget that you can always shoot me a text or send me an email, and I am more than happy to help you. The next video coming up will be about entering Blackboard and using some of the different tools within it. Have a good day.